Why today is actually a music training. I'm here to learn from you, and you too, you are here to learn from me. So please, feel free at the end of the class today, it's going to be like maybe 10 minutes for Alright, if you have logged in to your WhatsApp, you have seen where we shared curriculum. So basically what today we started with rudiments of music. So when you hear the term music, what comes to your mind? That's the first thing you should ask yourself. Like I said, it's going to be more of a discussion than me just talking. So please, when you hear the term music, what comes to your mind? Sound. That's one thing that was common when you said, so you have sound. Brackets, they're nice. Yeah. Thank you very much. So we already know what it is. So now can someone combine these two? So we'll have a proper definition of music. How can music be?
Music is a set of organized sound.
Okay, we can go with that. Any other person have another version? Or what here? Go ahead. To the Lord. I think I like the definition more. Thank you very much. So we go with that. Music is simply a combination, because it combines sound. So say music is a combination of what? Organized sounds. That is what? Pleasing to the ear. This is simply what, organized and pleasing. Like I said, there's a very thin line between noise and music. They are both a combination of sounds. You understand? But for noise, it is what? It's unpleasant to the ear. And as a group, as a choral group, our aim is to produce music that is what? Pleasant to the ear. But it's tricky in a way. That is why the only people say that music is relative. Something can be pleasant to you, well-organized sound. At the same time, is what? Unpleasant to somebody else. You understand? So that's why you always have to say music is relative. But in general, music is the what? The combination of organized sound that is what? Pleasing to ear. And everything that we do as a choir is centered around what? This. So, and a musical sound is also known as a tone. You can also call it a tone. So you can just say a musical sound, you can just call it what? A tone. So next we're going to look at now, we'll look at the characteristics. What are the characteristics of what? The musical sound. What are the characteristics of the musical sound? That is what makes a sound to be musical. Characteristics of a musical sound. On top of that, the very number one of these is known as what? Pitch. Pitch is the very first characteristic of what the musical sound. So again, like I said, not just me talking. So who can just in his own our best way tell us what is the pitch? In your best, simplest language that you understand. No, wait. Let me hear from somebody else first. Please. Go ahead.
My understanding of what pitch is the degree of highness or lowness of the musical sound.
Okay. Any other addition?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really not hear you. Maybe just
A pitch, to my own understanding, is the degree of highness or lowness of the musical sound.
okay. Anybody agree or disagree? You said? She's correct. You have another version or you have sense you have?
So, pitch, does it speak to the vocals, or does it speak to other aspects of music like instruments? So that if it also includes instruments, if it's only voice, then that will qualify. But if pitch is for music, which includes instruments, then yeah.
Okay. She's correct, but to refine it more, a pitch is simply the height or depth of the musical notes or sound. You understand? So say a pitch is the word, the height. It's the height or depth of a musical note or sound. No, I'm talking about the word characteristics of the words the musical sound and saying something like the notes as well. So that to break this down, that is where you say my keyboard is not here, but basically that's when you have your C1 on your keyboard, you have your C2, you have your C3, you have your C4, you have C5. Libraries of keyboard, you see you have up towards C6 and C7. So when we say height, we are referring to the upper end, that is, what is the highest pitch that person can attain. And when we say depth, we are referring to the lower part of it. So most times, bases, some good ways can pitch this, but basically they start from C2 above. But basically, that is what pitch is all about. Later on, along the way, when we come to pitch relativity, we will hear more in regards to this. So the next characteristic of the musical sound we have is what? Duration. Next one is duration.
So CM, I'm still confused in terms of pitch. So pitch, does it speak only to voice or everything?
Voice, musical instruments, everything.
Okay.
Yes. It speaks to all, but as I said, it's the height or depth of the musical notes or sound. We get to the end, so the sound and the environment. So the next we have there is the duration. So when we say duration again, can somebody could tell me what you understand by duration? The what?
Length.
The length of what?
Music.
What's that? Yeah, so we can use that. So duration simply is the length. It's simply the length of what? Of a musical note or sound. Look at one example. Example of the length of musical note or sound. So we don't know the length of musical notes or sound, and we sing them every day.
We know it, we don't know
We are going to technical. Let's use the normal thing we know that we use every day. Full beats, half beats, quarter beats. Those are lengths. Those are durations. You can just put it as one beat, half beats, quarter beats, etc. Those are durations. We don't need to go to technical. We'll get there. You understand? So those are what we mean by duration. And then another thing we have as a characteristic of the musical sound is what? Volume. This one does not need any serious, what is it called? Explanation. It's what usually it speaks for itself. What is volume? Everybody? What is volume?
Loudness of the music.
Speaking now, the loudness or softness. Or softness of the musical note or sound.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What's not the difference between the pitch and the volume? Because they are like,
Thank you very much. Your pitch can be loud or soft. You understand? It depends on how far, how wide your mouth, to show your mouth or to get. But basically, when you come to music, we have the articulators, that's the third one. We have the resonators. What's the first one? Can you remind me? No, not vibrator. Vibrator is under the resonators. We have three, but basically the articulation, that has to do with your mouth. You understand? That is what controls your body. So the bottom line is, your pitch can either be low or what? Or soft. Or loud or what? Soft. You understand? So they are very different. But pitch is like, pitch is not volume.
What said that?
Can be low or high. Are you guys trying to say what's the difference between pitch and volume? You understand? Pitch is like, take for instance, stand up. Let me give you a note. Let me give you like do, just go down from do, three down, so see, go down. Are you saying that? That is pitch. Now change the volume. No, change the volume. We say do. Is that clear by you now?
yes.
Now that's volume. You understand?
For the same pitch.
Yeah, the same pitch. So now I say a pitch can either be loud or hot or soft. So that's the difference. So then the last thing we have there is please, I'm not an English student, so you don't laugh when I pronounce it so well. But what can I even pronounce it for? What's that? Timbre. Is it timbre or timbre? Alright, so who can tell us what is timbre? They also call it tone color. You can also call it tone color. That's one of the characteristics of the musical sound. So can you help us here on this one? Anybody?
Timber can be referred to as the fineness or coarseness of the sound, like the texture of the sound. How soft or how fine, how smooth or raw, like the texture generally.
You are correct, but you may have green, yes, you have a point. You have a point. It's a texture, the quality of sound. It is timbre, that is what can make you to differentiate when you hear a flute and when you hear a piano. You understand? They both have different sound. So because of this guy, that is how you can, and even your violin, your saxophone, they all have different timbre. That is why you can also differentiate them. So simply you can say timbre is the quality. It is the quality. Or texture or sound. That helps us to distinguish various words. Just for example, piano or flute. Don't mind my writing. It is for very point. So that's basically
When you are referring to this, does it imply or does it talk about just
no, all voices. I was coming there. Thank you for reminding me that. And not just various instruments. Distinguish various instruments.
Distinguish.
And what happens is various
Various
all voices. Like I said, piano, then normal main voice or female voice. Because whether you like it or not, the main voice and the female voice, they cannot be the same. You understand? Not to go too much into that, but we'll get there later on. Okay, so the next one we'll talk about, is there any question here before I wipe up this place?
Sir?
Any question here so far? All right. So we'll go to the elements of music. That is what we'll have next in our curriculum. Say elements and characteristics. What's the difference?
Elements.
Yeah,
Elements are more like the building blocks, what makes up music. Like the things that when you bring them together, music form.
okay. So
Characteristics
characteristics.
has to do with the function. Like what you see and you be like, this is this kind of music or that kind of music. Like the character, more like character, how you differentiate on the
Component, what it has.
Yeah, right.
The components, what I want it has. That can make the differentiate, okay, this is that. You hear what he said? You heard it?
I said that elements are like the building block, like the things you bring together to form music. Things that you can bring. But my characteristics are more like how we perceive different kind of music or different kind of sound. Like, because sounds have characters. So those characters are kind of built on that characteristics. While the building block, the basic elements are under the elements.
Yes. Very good. So what we're talking about is elements of music. At the very top of it, we have what? Melody. We have melody. So these are things that make up of music. So who can tell what is melody? Nobody?
The basic
Melody is like
Right. No, there's no right or wrong. We're all learning. You can make mistakes.
Okay.
Correct. There's no right or
melody is
wrong.
like the original sound of a particular music.
Any other person? Thank you. That was good, right? Any other person?
Sweetness.
You never reach sweetness.
That is our general conception. When we hear melody, we always think about sweetness. Melody of thank you. But that is not melody. So nobody.
The baseline, the basic.
The melody is just like a song itself, like
The main song.
Explanation series of notes or
No,
sounds.
not like notes, not sound. Notes. A series of notes, simple. Notes, no. You can try to arrange do, mi, so, mi, fa, do. As a melody. So what is the melody? Series of notes. If I just do only this now, do, there's no melody.
But it can also be sound.
Huh?
It can also be a sound. Right?
What makes up the sound?
I know notes make up sound.
So that is it.
But no, you're not going to get to my point. Like it can also be a series of notes or sound because you can do.
Okay, now do you know why that one is a note? It's a note in the first place. You understand me? Because basically it is the arrangement that matters of the notes. It is the note that you sing that produces the sound. You understand? So that is why melody is actually the arrangement of words, notes, or words. So yes, that's the arrangement of the notes or the words. And that. Yes. But this was what first before this. Then at the other end you have what harmony. Harmony. That's the next harmony. Is it harmony or harmony? Harmony. Or if you are going to hear I in my kids, don't laugh at me. The second part we have harmony. All these were doing and there are many blocks that will later on combine. Who can tell us again what happened? Say what? My story. What's harmony?
Combination of notes. Combination of
We're talking about what makes up music. Are you getting me? That's the element. I want to talk about what makes up music, like you said. What comes to your mind first? The notes. So for now, forget voices. Are you getting me? Everything you're talking about now has to do with notes first, before the voices. So what was the harmony?
Combination of parts. Combination of different parts.
You can answer.
harmony is the combination of more than one melody. That's no, like that kind of marries each other. Like they are not in disagreement, they are in agreement, but more than one melody forms a harmony. That are in agreement.
Again, you are correct, but you went out of the point. It is the agreement of more than one or two notes, not melody. Are you getting me? Remember I said it will be centered around notes. Are you getting me? So you can simply say that harmony is the agreement between two, actually not one, two or more notes played together at the same time. Are you getting me? So harmony is the agreement. Let's say it off just now between.
The agreement of.
Between, I'm sorry. Or can you use off? The agreement between. Because there's a chemistry aspect between between two or more notes. Played together at the same time. Play or sounded together. You can work with that. Because they must play together at the same time for you to know whether there is what harmony or not. So when they are standing together, you have what is called words. But before we get there, the combination of these two or more notes is now referred to as what? Chords. Thank you very much. So you can simply add that the combination of these notes is known as chords. Very practical, the very popular one we do. Do, mi, so, or then do, so, mi, do. We are reading it. If I say everyone here now, it was sound, do, so tenor, sound, so, and want to take me, you hear the harmony. So that is basically what harmony is all about. And then, like we said, there is the
question. Yeah, so I want to ask a question regarding the harmony. Like you said, like we have to define the harmony as a combination of two or more notes to form a chord, and which we are giving example now, like this we saw the chord now. If since the combination of two or more notes, if I remove maybe the saw and I put re in place of that saw, does it still form a chord?
Obviously it does. It does form a chord. It does form a chord. That's why you see, you know, when we get there, there is this, what do they call them? Scale. Are you getting me? You have your diatonic, chromatic, and then you have the minor, the natural. This one now is more. Is it better than? Okay. And that's going to see talk about major scale. You have major scale, you have minor scale as well. You understand?
Yes. Okay, like you said, if I put the re now in place of that saw, it still forms a chord. Why I'm actually, you know, if during our rehearsal, I think Elder has mentioned something of like a discord and stuff like that. Because he has always made reference like when we are reading music, we don't read horizontally, we read vertically. And I believe each chord has a specific note that is meant for a particular chord. And if those notes, if any of those notes that is meant for a chord is removed, it is going to form a discord. It's going to form a discord. Like this do, mi, and so now is generally a do chord, right? So if I remove the so now and put re, I think it has actually formed a discord in that regard.
Now you are taking me to the next step, which is what? Concord. And what? Discord. Under harmony. Remember, we said harmony is the combination, is the agreement between two or more notes. Are you getting me? If they agree, it's called concord. But they are still a chord. If they disagree, it's called what? Discord. But they are still a chord. You understand me? So you putting right here now, is you as a writer, you ask yourself, does this thing agree? Is it a chord? You understand? But does it agree? If it doesn't, there's a discord. So you as a writer, you obviously will not represent it like this in music. You won't do it. Are you getting me? So that is what
that's actually my question. You got it, whatever it is, once they are put, it's a chord. So
Yes. Whatever it is, it's a chord. You can even put anything you like. Put do, B, Z, anything that you like. But whatever it is it concord or discord? Are you getting me? So that is where the item is to put that into what consideration. Alright, the next element of this that we have is the word the radio. Thank you. Just here, stop time. That's about 3, right? So wow, great. Am I correct? I think so. So who won the radio? Sign in. I heard something just now. The what? No, I heard something else. Oh, I thought this was something else. Okay. Any other person?
I think reading has to do with movement and timing.
Thank you very much. That's what I'm doing. Movement.
It is movement.
That's really
Consistency. Movement.
Are you getting this? No, progression was just like when you say who made you? The normal way we made it inside church. You understand? You can say Yahweh made you, but everybody just like God was made me. You understand? So when you say reggae, there's a particular word you consider, so movement. Are you getting this? Movement. Don't just read progression. It's a movement of music through time, governed by what? Dates. The movement of music. Through time, governed by dates. And as a result of this, we usually have normal, what is it called now? Beats we have, where you have your 3, 4, your 4, 4, and the records. We'll talk more about that later. Then the last but not the least we'll look at under this, we'll look at is the texture. Someone mentioned texture earlier on, but it kind of falls under the elements of what's music. who can help us with the definition of texture under the element of music? The what? Alright, like I said, we are all here to learn. We're here to learn, we learn, and usually I'm just, like that wrong, when I hear texture, that's what will come to my mind as well. Video and the rest.
It's quality.
Yeah?
Quality.
No.
Softness.
Now.
The quantity.
In a way, they are correct. No, as good as it sounds, she's correct. In a way. Yes, she's correct. Are you getting me? In this context, we're talking about element of music. Texture is simply how many layers.
How
You said? No, that's not.
How many layers?
How many layers are there at once? That's what it means in this concept, elements of music. We will explain more and you get why we say that. So it's simply how many layers are there at once. With this now you already have an idea of what we are doing. That's why you have mono what? Monophonic. Yeah.
Monotone.
You have monophonic.
monotone.
You have what's the other one? You have three. Yeah? Thank you very much. Homophonic and polyphonic. So they all come under one section. Homophonic and what? Polyphonic. So who can give us example of monophonic?
Layers. See how many layers?
How many? Oh, sorry. Please don't laugh by, right? How many layers are there at work? So who can give us an example of, from the word monophonic, the one that we're talking about was a single line of melody. A single line of melody. Example is what? Flute, yes, but now we are talking more about music, not instruments. Are you getting me? So I'm talking more about music now, not instruments. Okay, when you talk about like music in church, let me just say music in church. That's like I want right now.
Okay, monophonic.
No, monophonic.
Monophonic has to do with when a single voice is being heard. Like maybe if I'm singing alone, that's monophonic. Polyphonic has to do with when there is more than two persons singing at the same time. That's polyphonic. Different
Worries. Yeah, that would point, but there's something missing. When we talk about, like I said, we are dealing with music. Are you getting me? So when we say monophonic, it simply means under texture. We're talking about texture. So when we say, the second is how many layers are heard at once. So when we say monophonic texture, it simply means a single line of melody heard without any accompaniment. I want to say like in the church, easy, chant, but without any accompaniment. That gives you without any accompaniment. I guess me. That's the monophonic texture. And then when you talk about homophonic, it simply deals with words with that's the difference. So this one can be a single or multiple, but with but accompaniments. How is that accompaniments? I don't know.
No, yes.
Accompaniment.
Accompaniment.
Yes. I-M-E-N-T.
Thank you. I'm not a linguist, so bear with me. You understand? So we are comment of other instruments. And then, basically what one of that is our normal hymns. All those are normal hymns, especially the normal Catholic hymns, they all fall under this category. And then the last that we have is the polyphonic texture. And that is when many sounds are played together at the same time. When many sounds are played together at the same time. Who can give us an example of this?
Choruses.
Ensemble.
Not choruses. Choruses fall under here.
Ensemble. Orchestra.
Thank you very much. And then Messiah, simple English. And then Messiah, they all fall under polyphonic texture of music. Have you seen Adam Messiah scripts? The original script, where you have cello, you have violin, you have piano, you have everything there. So they all fall under this polyphonic texture of music. And then Messiah, what's the other one again? Judas what? Maccabeus and the rest. Even the AD, they all fall under this like this, something like this.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Before, what we sing in church now, are we going to sing is under homophonic?
Homophonic, yes. Everything we sing in church is under homophonic. Homophonic, like I told you, you sing a retention now, for instance, but without instruments, you can be classified it. But when you add instruments,
So what we do in Lent is monophonic.
something like that. When there is no instruments attached. All right, so we have other forms of other elements of music, but these are not the basic ones. On your own, you can go ahead and rehearse them. So quickly, we go to where we stop for today. Like I'm telling you, that guy, I think I have to call this board to make that one work very well. Are we done copying this? No. Can I write now?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Can I write now?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So next we go to now, which we are ready for today, is known as what? Musical notes. Musical notes have and their values. This guy is just a table, but the table itself is okay. So we'll have table. First one is start with the next to the single notes. And next we have the vibe. Face. If they are not paying attention, this is, you can understand this table. Anywhere, anytime, we give you anything, that's it. Provided you are familiar with your song, number of beats. And then we have was representation. Alright? So at the very top of it, the very first one we have, you can tell us.
C sharp. Semi-quaver.
So if I know you are not wrong, you are right. It's among the musical, but I want you are coming from the longest. The longest value. Yeah, thank you very much. Great. That's the very first one. That's the great. And we usually represent it in, we usually see it basically in star. We don't see it, but I think it's even an old method. People no longer uses it anymore. But this is how it's being represented in the star. Set?
Write 1, 1, 1, 1. The middle, right there.
You say what? Come again, come here, you say what? Don't worry, don't worry. So, and then under the name for it, or rather the word for it, they usually call it double notes. Double notes, that's what we call it. You understand why? Call it double notes. Number of beats is 8. But like I said, they rarely use it. 8 beats, but they rarely use it. You understand? So if you want to represent it normally in our musical, we will have something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You understand?
Yes.
So that is what we have. But like I said, it's an old, ancient way of writing it. So it's practically extinct. It's extinct. Nobody writes music with repetition. Man? They're not singing. It's very faint. That makes sense. But basically, it wants to go, I don't use go and then set it that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to make it 8. You understand? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So that is it. So the next one you have is called it was semi-brief. 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 So for the semi-brief, you just represent them with a pole like this. And then the names, or the values called were whole notes. Remember, this is what? What kind of number of bits?
16.
4. Thank you very much. 4. Yeah, that's following. Before, because this one is double. That is 4 notes. You understand? So it was 4 notes. So if you have to represent it, you have something like this. What's the next one?
Quiver.
Meaning.
What's the next one? No?
Meaning.
Crochet.
Meaning.
Meaning. Meaning is the next one.
Yeah.
Meaning is the next one. And how do they represent meaning in staff? An MCB. Or an NCA, what do you call it now? Yeah. Don't get confused here. Let me tell you what will happen. When you are thinking about this, you will want to mistake this for this. You get it, I'll tell you why. But don't get confused. Basically, everything you see here is how these are being represented in a stack. Are we getting it? Yes. Why this is how they are being represented on a tonic sofa. You understand? So you will not see, not that you will not see this in your tonic sofa, but you see this in your tonic sofa is different from this in staff. Okay. You understand? In staff, this is not dough, it's not rain, it's not meat, it can be anything. Are you getting me? But bottom line is just showing you the value of that note. Am I losing you yet? Yes. Am I losing you yet? Please, let me pause. Is anybody confused?
Yes.
Please, point it out. So like I said, we will spend a lot of time here. We will continue this next week because I know how to run this. Where do you need extension? Let me let it start. Just calm down. Let's continue. Just calm down.
I think that the challenge is when you say value, what does it mean? Especially in our context.
Yeah. Like I said, to make it easier for you, from here to here, you start.
Okay.
Don't bother your head yet. Don't bother your head, you know it. Are you getting me? Why from here to here? Tony sofa. Is that clear?
Yes.
So now, when we have this, it's called the what? It's called the half notes. It's called the half notes. We start. And what is its value? The number of beats. 2 beats. You understand? And that's where you usually have your it's supposed to be one more. What do I give it that? What's the next one? That's like Weaver.
Project.
Now they hit the book and hold well. Eh? Now they hit book and hold well. Not like Weaver. Next one is known as your crochet. Known as your crochet. And your crochet is what? Shaded in the staff. You understand? It's shaded in the staff. All this is as I mean, you know there are some copies we have that are staff and sofa notes. When next you see them, you can relate with this better. You can relate with this better. And what's the value here?
Water.
Thank you very much. I'm following. We're not dividing it. Again, don't confuse this with quarter notes of Tony sofa. Are we together? The quarter doesn't mean quarter notes of Tony sofa. You understand? There are two different, you can get to that particular one. So what the value here is a quarter notes, and then the number of notes is what? What's 1 minute? So like I said, this is the one you concern yourself with the tone so far. Are you getting me? So we see that we have 2 beats, 1 beat. So very soon we'll have what? Half and quarter. So you see what the quarter beat on the start. And then we present it, we just do this. Just one like that. The next one, what do we have next? See, this life, man. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. This life is all about freeze. You understand? Now, that's the way they hear from school. That is the correct to shout quick right now.
Final.
You are correct? Why? Because they are afraid of being wrong. It's not really going to be afraid of being wrong. Understand? It's the most popular. You understand? So, in SAC, you see the blur like this. And what's the value?
Yeah.
What's the value?
No.
8 notes. We call it the 8 notes. No, not TH. Oh, no, nah.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Like 40, like this, like that.
Not like 8 number, like position.
Position, yeah, 8 notes.